Hello everyone and welcome to Sources classes. So in this video again we'll be continuing our discussion with test of mathematics questions, wherein we will be discussing two or three different types of questions pertaining to complex number which we have seen across the test of mathematics papers. So let's take a look at this particular question. So the first question of the video say let I equal to root under minus 1, then the number of distinct elements of the set s I to the power n plus I to the power minus n, where n is an integer, is. So we need to find number of distinct elements of the same. So let's take a look at our ideal approach for this kind of question. Let n equal to 1 for I plus 1 by I equal to 0. Okay. So this is what we have. Now again let's take a look. Let n equal to 2. So here we have I square plus 1 by I square. So here I square is nothing but minus 1 equal to minus 2. Okay. So I hope you're getting how we are trying to, we are actually solving the same. We are simply using this particular formula to break this down, and subsequently we are using this as well. So let n equal to 3. This will give I cube plus 1 by I cube. So I cube is minus 1 again, and 1 by I cube will again be minus I. I cube is I cube equal to minus I, because I square into I. So I square being 1 minus 1 and again I. So minus I, and similarly here it will be plus I, because minus 3 will come here. It will give us 0. Okay. N equal to 4. If we do that, for n equal to 4, what we have here is I to the power 4 plus 1 by I to the power 4. I to the power 4 being 1, it will again be 1, so 2. Okay. So if we go with I to the power 5, so again if we go I to the power 5, let n equal to 5. So what we have is I to the power 5 plus I to the power minus 5. Okay, so I to the power 5 will simply be I to the power 4 into I to the power 4 into minus I. Okay, so that's what it will be. So I square, I to the power 4 being 1, 1 into 1 minus I. So it will simply be I, and this one will be minus I. To 0. So basically we see the following four elements, these elements get repeated, minus 2. So therefore we have only three values for the same. Three values being 2, minus 2 and 0. I hope this is clear. So with that said, let's move to the next question. So here's the second question. So let's take a look at this. Let I equal to minus 1, root under minus 1, and p be a positive integer, and the necessary sufficient condition for minus I to the power p equal to I is, so here what we have is that minus I to the power p should be equal to I. Okay, so we can simply represent it in this form. It should be equal to minus 1. Okay, so do we have any conditions for p in general? Okay, p can be p is a positive integer. Okay, so p can be 1. So if p equal to 1, therefore this condition will be a minus of minus I, right, equal to, so it's not satisfied, so p cannot be 1. So if p equal to 2, if p equal to 2, so what we have is minus 2 whole square, so there will be minus 1, so it will simply be plus 1 equal to, so again p equal to 2 is also not possible, so let p equal to 3. Okay, so let p equal to 3. So if p is equal to 3, then what we have is that minus of I3 equal to root under minus 1. Okay, so we can write, so minus sign will come, minus y, minus I minus 1. Okay, this is 1, minus 1 into root under minus 1, so we have plus 1, so it will be root under minus 1 here as well. So therefore p can be equal to 3. Similarly, if we go on checking this condition for p equal to 5, p equal to 6, p equal to 7, we see that the value of p lies between, say, 11, 15, 19, 23 and 27. We need to keep on solving for all these conditions. Like if I go with p of, say, p equal to 7, let me just show you an example of the same. Say p equal to 7. Okay, so for p equal to 7, what I can do is minus 1 to the power 7 equal to, I need to prove this. I simply need to prove this. So what we have is p square, p7, so minus will come out as it is, and then subsequently there are 7 terms, so square minus 1. Okay, so p to the power 6, until p to the power 6 will simply get minus 1. Okay, and for 7 term we'll again get root under minus 1. So this will turn again minus minus, they'll give a plus, so this particular question also satisfy, p equal to 7 satisfy. So this will be the kind of series that we get. Now if we check at the option, p is 1 of 3, 11, 19, 27. No, we have something like 15 as well and 7 as well. Cancel. P is an odd integer. Yes, p is an odd integer. P is not divisible by 4. Okay, p is also not divisible by 4. So we have multiple conditions here. So finally we can actually pick D, because two conditions are given. So either we can this both also satisfy the condition, and also p none of the foregoing conditions can be chosen. Okay, so with that said, let's move to the third question of the video. Yeah, so here's the third question. Recall that for a complex number z equal to x plus iy, when I equal to root under minus 1, z dash will be x minus iy, and mod z will be x squared plus y squared to the power 1 by 2. Set of all pair of complex numbers z1 and z2 which satisfy the equation z1 minus z2 by 1 minus z1 double dash z2, okay, less than equal to 1 is. So given the condition, we have to just satisfy this particular cases. So let's take a look at how we can go about solving this particular question. So here we have z1 minus z2 by 1 minus z1 1. This can be further written as z1 minus z2 1 minus 2, which can be further written as okay. To further extend the same, we can write minus which we can further write as mod under z1, absolute value of the same, z1 z2 minus z1 and z2 plus absolute value of z2 or mod z2 less than 1 minus z1 z2 dash minus dash plus z1 square into z2 square. Okay, which we write further, we can have 1 minus z1 square minus z2 square plus z1 z2 square will be greater than 0, which can be now if we have this, we can actually write it as 1 minus z1 square greater than 0. So also we can write 1 minus z2 square again greater than 0. I'm just taking the conditions. Okay, we can write it that way, or another condition would be 1 minus z1 square less than 0 and 1 minus z2 square again will be less than 0. So these are the four conditions we have, we can assess from there. So from this we can actually write what we have is that z1 can be less than 1. Okay, from this we can have z1 less than 1. From this we have z2 less than 1. Okay, from here, from this one we have z1 greater than 1. Okay, we can have z1 greater than 1, and from this one we have z2 greater than 1. Okay, say let me this say represent each and every one of the symbol, so that you can get a clear understanding on how we came with the values. Let this be 1, let this be 2, let this be 3, and let this be 4. So we attain this from 1, this from 2, this from 3, and this from 4. Okay, I hope this is clear. So if we take a look at the options now, we see z1 greater than 1, z2 less than 1, z1 greater than 1, and z1 less than 1, z2 less than 1, yes, satisfied. z1 greater than 1, z2 greater than 1, satisfied. So therefore, option D will be a correct answer. Okay, since all the conditions are satisfied. So hopefully this thing is clear to you, how we came out with the solution of the same. So with that said, we have come to the end of our video. So kindly, I hope all these questions that we have discussed in this video are clearly understood to you, as far as the method we have taken towards solving the same and our approach towards the questions as well. So with that said, I believe all the questions and all the points and all the concepts that we have discussed are understood as well. So if you like the video, make sure you like, share and subscribe to our channel, and that's what the answer you go and go through the video as many times as you feel comfortable, so that you will get a clear understanding of the question and try to solve this question on your own. So kindly do support us on our initiative, so that we can keep bringing up such relevant content such as this further down the line as well. So with that said, we've come to the end of the video and I'm signing out. Thank you so much.